We'll wait a few minutes here. What is that? Oh, that's me. I don't know what that reflection was right there. I could bring this a little bit closer, but I can't. Sit back. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Watching some Sunday night baseball here. Padres, Cardinals. I guess you can see a little bit in the reflection right there. Hi, Jordan. What's going on? Hi, Abram. Hey, Tyler. What's up, John? What's up, Wade? How's the volume for everyone? Hopefully it's okay. I'm, let's see. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Caleb. Hi, Colby. Hi, Chet. Steven. Sabrina, hello. What's going on, everyone? We're gonna see how long tonight we can stay in this spot. Lara might be down in a little bit, tell me to move, but we're gonna stay here for now. Hi, Dylan. Your team won border battles? Cool. My team won too, for the age that I coach. Oh, actually, no, we weren't in border battles. We were in a different one. What could have made me a better player? Like Mike Trout? I don't know. Steroids? I'm just kidding. How can you play me in Diamond Dynasty? I haven't played anyone yet. Maybe I will at some point. Hey, Chuck. Yeah, that 17-year-old game we just put up there. That actually took place a while ago, but I actually forgot to upload it. Our 12Us are not going to Cooperstown this year. No, we're not. Catching drill video? I'll try to do that for you. I'm the wrong person to ask about a knuckleball. I have no idea how to throw a knuckleball. I do have my first MLB hit ball, yes. What's up, Andy? Keeping your front side closed as a hitter. There's a lot that goes into that. I do have a lot of drills. Front side can open for a bunch of different reasons. So I would go on our hitting playlist and see if you can see some drills. Watch our videos on upper body mechanics. It's really everything. It's lower body mechanics. It's upper body mechanics. There's a lot that goes into it. So a hitch in your swing. Oh, there's a nice play right there. Oh, good double play. Sorry if I'm ahead of you guys, or maybe I'm not. But a hitch in your swing, you know, I'd have to probably see it. Everyone has a different way to get ready. Some players get ready, you know, they just kind of work back this way. Some players, their hands go down. And so just because you're getting under the ball doesn't technically mean it's because of a hitch. It's almost like the dropping of the back shoulder. Players hit a ball in the air and people say you drop your back shoulder. So if you do feel like your hands are going down and not coming back up, then just feel like when you load, I just talk about getting this rear elbow behind your hands. So like making this move right here when you get ready to hit. Could everyone do me a favor? Could you all smash the like button? We only got 20 likes. We got to get a lot more likes in here. Jim, thank you so much for the super chat. There's no question there though, Jim. I don't know if you meant to write a question. Sometimes that happens, the question doesn't go through, but striking out, looking on outside corner. Oh, there's Jim right there. Was Bezanson even better than you? Brian Bezanson? Much better. If you're looking out, if you're striking out on pitches away, I'd have to probably see what you're doing. You could be standing too far away from the plate. You could be kind of coming out of posture and making this move like away from the ball so it looks further than it really is. You could just be really passive and not being aggressive enough, not anticipating your pitch, not, in like a yes, yes, no approach that we talk about. You're joking about on vacation. Brian and I have played a lot of baseball games in the backyard, or I guess you could call it the side yard, back at his old house. Number one tip about playing catcher? I don't know what number one tip, but receive the ball, work on receiving. Sometimes catchers get all excited about throwing and blocking and all that, but you gotta be able to receive the ball well. Oh, nice. Energy baseball. Cool. I'd rather have Trout, probably. Evan, thank you for the super chat. Matty Jr.'s nickname for Akil Pudu Badu is up there in Funniest Baseball Lore of 2021. The way he says it is the funniest part. Yeah, unfortunately, Akil no longer is in our lineup on Diamond Dynasty, so I don't get to hear him say it anymore. But he did like to say Akil Pudu. He says some funny things, as do most young kids, I guess. My daughter is 3, and she makes me laugh a lot with stuff that she says. I don't know where she comes up with it. Wolfpack. We played the Wolfpack 11U team last week. Hit top or bottom of baseball. Well, if you hit the top of the ball, you're never going to be able to drive the ball. So where you're trying to hit it and where you're aiming to hit it could be different. If you're under the ball, you might have to try to hit the top of the ball. If you're always over the ball, you might have to try to hit the bottom of the ball. You could just try to hit the middle of the ball. And so, where do you technically want to hit it? You want to hit it probably just a tick below center. That's going to allow you to drive the ball for doubles and maybe home runs. Have you heard about your 13U coach? No, what happened to our 13U coach? Not heard about our 13-year-old coach. How do I deal with let's see. Oh, we have a super chat, everyone. Hold on one second. Ricky C, thank you so much for the super chat. How does picking your walk-up music work in the majors? What was your song when you were in the majors? So I actually never picked. Never picked my walkouts on the big leagues. I just used whatever they gave me because I got called up during the season. But typically when the season starts, you're going to get asked, what walkout song do you want? And you just tell them. That happens at all levels, so. Go-to fast food place, probably like Chick-fil-A, Five Guys, In-N-Out Burger if I was out in the West Coast, Chipotle. Did you hear about your 13U coach? You already asked me that. And I responded with, no, I did not. I know. No, I didn't hear about that. Tip for not getting down on yourself after a tough game. Well, it's hard. You're always to say you're never gonna get down. Baseball is a tough game, and there's gonna be a lot of failure in it. So you're gonna get down at times, sometimes more than others. But I would say that I think the biggest thing is. Well, the good thing about baseball is that you play so much, you're going to have another game very soon. you know. In the big leagues, you play tomorrow. So that's the best thing, is that you can just, you know, hopefully you get back on the right track pretty quickly. So thoughts on Kellenic? I saw that he hit a homer. I wasn't able to see exactly his at-bats and stuff. So how did he get better launch angle? T-Cell, are you all right? You keep asking me the same question over and over again. How do you get better launch angle? So a launch angle for me has to do with your attack angle. So if I want to drive the ball, let's just say hit a double, I need to be able to get my barrel behind the ball. I need to be able to impact the ball with a barrel that's moving slightly up. So it comes back to attack angle or bat path. Texas Roadhouse, I've been there. I haven't been there a long time, but you have the highest batting average on the team and hitting at the bottom of the order. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, we do have an 11-year-old team. That actually is the team that I coach. What was the question I was just answering? I forget now. I forget what question I was answering. Kowloons, I actually had, actually no, I didn't have Kowloons today. I had a little bit out of Asia. My team is called Antonelli Baseball. Has analytics changed your teaching of baseball? I'm sure in some ways it has, yeah, but not as much as people might think. Like, everyone thinks like, oh, I know the question now. You said your batting, you were hitting the highest on your team batting average wise, but hitting at the bottom of your order. Really just depends. I mean, batting average sometimes can tell a story, but sometimes it doesn't. You know, you might be hitting 300 and you don't walk. Someone else is hitting 200, but they walk a lot, so they're getting on base at a 400 clip and you're getting on base at a 300 clip. So that could have something to do with it. Batting average, you know, depending on how big the sample size is, you could be hitting 500 by hitting 4 infield singles and 2 bloopers, and some other guys hit, 4 rocket shots that got caught. So it just really depends. I don't even actually keep batting average with our teams. What I keep is, so the way I like to grade hitting when I'm coaching is, I'll write down 3 things. So the first thing I write down is your quality of contact. So I judge it as 1, 2, or 3. So 1 would be like a below average contact. 2 would be, decent contact. 3 would be hard hit. So the first thing I'll write down is a number. So when I look back, I can see what your quality of contact was. So if I see that you got a 3, and a 2 during a game, I'm like, oh, that guy hit the ball hard. If I see 1, 1, 1 or 1, 1, 2, then I know you didn't hit the ball hard. And then I put the type of ball that was hit. So ground ball, line drive, fly ball, or pop out. So let's say you hit a ground ball, I'll put a G. Hit a line drive, I'll put an L. You put a fly ball, I'll put an F. You hit a pop up, I hit a P. Put a P. And then I put where you hit it, left field, center field, or right field. So L, C, or R. So if you hit a hard line drive to center, that got caught, I'm not gonna write like L7. I would write 3 LC. That means you hit a really hard line drive to center field. So that way I can look at the end of a game and see much quicker what you did versus just seeing like 1B. Like if I see 1B on the scorecard, like what does that mean? You could have hit a rocket, you could have hit a dribbler, you could have hit a blooper. Hopefully that makes sense. Did everyone hit the like button on the video. That'd be great. John Shoemaker? I don't think I believe I do. Hi, Nick. Thanks for watching our channel. Should Pete Rose be in the Hall of Fame? Sure, I'd say so. Hey, Mark. Thank you so much for Super Chat. Struggling to stop pulling the ball. I can hit inside pitches fine off the tee, but usually pull everything again. Usually pull 2 to 4 hard falls each at bat. So if you're pulling the ball a lot, it could have to do a little bit with your path. It could have a lot to do with a lot of things. So let's start off with path. Man, my internet is going so slow right now. My TV keeps like pausing. So I talk about having a bat path that's from the inside. So we say from in to out. So if you're the opposite, if you're from out to in, your barrel's getting around the ball and cutting across the zone, you probably pull the ball more often. So this might not be the issue, but this could be the issue. It could be approach. You could be looking to pull the ball too much, which causes you to be really early, be off the ball, and then get out and around it even more. So could have something to do with both of those. I have a lot of videos on path and those things on our YouTube channel if you want to check them out. How to correct an upswing. So a barrel that's just like being down is not good, being too much up is not good. So how do you correct that? It really depends. Every hitter is unique. So, and thank you, chat for the super chat. Every hitter is unique. So some hitters swing too much up. They let their hands get really low. So they'll make a move down here and then they swing up. Some hitters get uphill too much because they don't pull back, what I call a pullback. They don't get here. Their rear elbow starts to drop like this too fast. Then they lose their barrel and their barrel gets way uphill. So there's a bunch of different things that could be going on. It's hard to say without seeing it. But again, if you go on our playlist on our channel, our YouTube channel, if you go to our hitting playlist, just go to any video on bat path, and you'll see, I'll talk about some of the flaws that happen with swings and why some guys are down too much in the ball, some guys are up too much in the ball, or girls. Have you ever played the game OOTP? I actually have it. I don't know what year I have on my computer. Maybe 19? So I actually got bored of it pretty quickly, but I like the idea of the game. But Topps bunt. I do have Topps bunt. I haven't done it actually in a little while, but I do have it. How do you guess pitches? You make an educated guess based on a lot of things. You know, the pitcher's abilities, what they throw best, you know, their tendencies, the game situation, your strengths and weaknesses. You know, you put all these things together and you try to figure it out. And you're always guessing pitches for me. Like, you're always trying to make an educated guess. You're always trying to eliminate pitches. But there is a lot that goes into it. Maggie Cal, I think. Thank you so much for super chat. I coached my son's little league team, and we were getting into U-Trip this fall and going forward. Just wanted to say thank you for your time videos. Hell, thank you. I appreciate you watching all the videos. Hopefully they help. You hurt the inside of your throwing elbow. So I'm not an expert on elbows. As much as I'd like to help you, I don't know. I'm not good enough with throwing stuff to help you with that. Are you playing in the Memorial Day tournament with your 11U team? We are playing in a Memorial Day tournament, yes. Which one are you playing in? My daughter does not do any sports yet. She's only 3, so she doesn't do any like organized stuff. She's done like soccer, but it's not games. It's just like running around and kicking the ball around. What age did you start taking baseball really seriously? Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I always took every sport I played really seriously. Like, I don't think I was ever the player that was just there to just kind of goof around and have fun or whatever. I mean, I was always there to have fun, but I was taking it pretty seriously, probably as young as you could take it, I would think, as young as I remember. So if you mean seriously, like I thought I was going to make a living playing baseball, I would say probably like at some point in high school, but I took it really serious, like from the youngest age that I can remember. So, oh, you're playing in Connecticut. We are not playing there. I've played with a few Australians. Yep. Bob Euchre, maybe. I don't know if I'd say baseball's easy. Desmond Fleetwood, thanks so much for super chat. What have you learned from starting this channel? I've learned a lot of stuff from this channel. Yeah, you know, I think one of the best things about having a channel and making videos is that you just get better at explaining things and teaching things. Because if I, you know, it's practice every time that I have to talk about something. You know, every time someone asks me a question on here and I have to explain it, that helps me. Well, it helps me explain it better because I just like practice over and over again. But there's also I get questions a lot where I'm like, you know what, I'm not really 100% sure on that answer. So then it forces me to go and maybe research something, look something up, go back through my notes. So I've learned that. That's probably the biggest thing, actually. Peter Starzinski, Tech, thank you so much for super chat. Hey Matt, did you see the Yankees Astros series? Crowd was crazy. We made 10,000 sound like 50,000. So I actually did not see that series. I've been really bad lately following baseball because I have been so busy with my own baseball. We're kind of in the part of the season now where it's like just like craziness. I've got like games every weekend and we've got lots of games going on. Like we've got 6 teams playing right now, and then we'll have a lot more playing in the summer. And I'm in charge of making sure all the games are running smoothly and all that stuff. And then I'm coaching an 11-year-old team right now, so I haven't been able to watch a whole lot of baseball lately. Luke Jordan, thanks for the super chat. Did you ever hit a wall where you thought you wanted to quit? Yeah, I would say, to be completely honest. And Dave Shelton, thank you so much for the super chat. He's got a cool guy sitting there with glasses on, so that's cool. Thank you, Dave. Did I ever think I wanted to quit? I would say multiple times in my career, you know, I'd get on the bus after a game or back to my apartment or hotel or whatever and just be like in the worst mood ever, just, you know, feeling completely down. And so that's not uncommon. Plenty of times I was like, yeah, I just don't know if I can do this anymore. But I think if you really, really enjoy the sport, like I really enjoy baseball, that even though you might feel like that sometimes, I'd always wake up the next day wanting to play. So, oh no, there was a bad read in left field. That ball was hit hard, but not a great read by O'Neill. I shook his head. No, didn't read that well. You're one of the better players at 12U. Do you have a shot at making it to the big league? Sure, why not? I mean, I feel like any player at any age, if you want to make it to the big leagues and you want to work hard at it, you've got a shot. Obviously, the odds are against everybody, but like, I don't know. If you ask somebody when I was 12 years old, like, is he going to play in the major leagues? I would assume 99.9. Probably my mom and dad might be the only 2 people that would say, like, yeah, he's going to play in the major leagues. So, but I did. So you can too. Hot dog bread. Thank you so much for super chat. Hey, absolutely love your content. Quick question. What's your favorite way to break in a glove? Just got a new glove to play catch with my dad. My favorite way to break in a glove, a couple ways. One is just literally to play catch with it a lot. Or use the pitching machine, just have the machine shoot out the ball and just like sit in a chair and just catch the ball. So I don't like to add a lot of things to it. I just like to catch the ball, catch it over and over again. That's why I'll start to break in a glove. Even when I have a glove that I like, I'll start breaking in another glove, so because it takes me a long time to break it in. I'll also use like a wooden mallet. So I'll, I actually have one somewhere laying around here. And I'll just sit on the sofa and just kind of hit my glove with it over and over again. Those are the two biggest ways to break it in for me. When the slide, feet first, head first. So I was always a feet first slider, except when going back into a bag. If I'm going back to a bag, I dive head first. If I'm going into a bag, I dive feet first. Now, that was just me. Some people think that you're slower going feet first and want you to go head first. Some people think that you can get hurt more going head first. So they want you to go feet first. So I don't know. Everyone thinks something different, but I just know that I always slid feet first, going into a bag, head first, going back to a bag. How to deal with nerves at the plate. I actually just made a video on this like a week ago. So instead of me telling you now, you can go, the video has all my thoughts in it. So just go to our hitting playlist and you can find it there. How were my grades growing up? Pretty good grades. Usually got, I'd say, A's and B's mostly. Here comes Lara. How much should a 14-year-old hit? I don't think there's a perfect amount. So, I get asked that question a lot. I think with most things, you get better the more you do it. But, if you're just going to do it just to do it, like if you're just trying to like log hours or log swings and just, I got to go get my swings in, but you're not really focused, it's probably a waste of time anyway. So I've never torn my ACL. Nope. Why do all great hitters fully extend their bottom arm when swinging? Well, they don't all. It depends where the pitch is a little bit, If the ball's in, you're not going to get extended as much sometimes. I don't think you need a fight to get extended, but I do think, especially as the ball is a little bit more away, the more I can, if I don't get through the ball here, let's say I do this, my arm stays bent, well then my barrel's cutting across. Like this action is letting my barrel stay through the zone. So that's probably why you see that. What's video game Matt's average at? 1 million? No, he's hitting like 450, 460, 470 maybe. Have I decided if I'm going to try and throw 90? Yeah, I'll definitely have decided. I'm definitely going to do it. I've actually been stretching a lot lately. I noticed that one of the biggest thing for me was that my body is not cooperating with me because I don't stretch a lot. And so I've been stretching every day for the last week and starting to work back out again. I feel like my arm is pretty good, but I got to get my body going. But I'm going to actually film myself, probably throw, maybe tomorrow night I'll get some initial readings on velocity. I'm trying to kind of build my arm up a little bit. What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go wash Mary's masks for tomorrow and then I'm gonna come clean the kitchen.
Nice. I'm watching on, I have YouTube TV. That's what I'm watching on right now. Wow, these questions are coming in fast. What age did I start baseball? I think I probably started at 5 or so, probably playing t-ball. Do I think the NL should have a DH? So I made a video on this. I personally don't like the DH. I mean, I personally like the DH because I like to watch another good hitter hit. It does take away a little bit of strategy. It takes away some of the small ball aspects of the game. But personally, I don't like watching pitchers just stand there and not swing or just get up and bunt. So, is 17-year-olds too old for to start playing. I don't think it's ever too old to start playing. You know, are you at a disadvantage? Yeah, you haven't been playing for all these years, but that doesn't mean you can't play. So I have not talked to John Madden about throwing 90 now. What age did I start hitting bombs? The first home run I ever hit was 12 years old. And then I didn't hit a home run my 13-year-old year, 14-year-old year, 15-year-old year, 16-year-old year. So I hit no home runs till 12. Then I hit, I think, 20 home runs my 12-year-old year. And then I didn't hit another one until like 17 in summer ball. Never hit a high school home run in my career either. San Diego Studios not hired me yet, no. Joe S., thank you for the super chat. How old were you when you made Little League All-Stars? 10, U10, U11 majors. What stats do you think are most important in Little League? So the first year you could make Little League All-Stars for me was 11, and I made it my 11-year-old year. I guess I was always a pretty good Little League player. And then what stat? I have no idea. I don't really pay attention to stats. I just think you want to be able to hit the ball hard. Like, I think if you're making consistent contact, you're putting the bat on the ball and you're hitting it hard, then then you're probably doing all right. Aaron Judge. Oh, thanks, Aaron, for watching the channel. Thank you for the super chat. Do you think minor leagues will ever up their pay? Well, actually, they did up their pay. They upped it this year, I believe. So they did up it. I don't know how high it's going to get. It's not like it got way higher, but it got a little bit higher. It was really low for a really long time. Top 3 pitchers in the MLB? I don't know. You got Jacob deGrom. I'd probably put number 1. There's a lot of guys. I don't really know. I would just put deGrom 1 right now. Again, I haven't watched a lot the last few weeks. Burns has been pretty nasty this year. Oh, foul. I liked Eugene, Oregon when I played there, yep. Favorite size glove? I use an 11 3/4, but I have an 11 1/2 right now that I love. Did I ever talk to Bryce Harper? I was in spring training with Bryce Harper 1 year. I don't remember any conversations with him. Am I in the firearms? No, never fired a firearm before. Do teams get a pick back if a player doesn't sign? I'm not sure how the rules work now. I think if your first rounder doesn't sign, I believe you do get a pick, but I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look that up. Taylor Made Man, thanks much for super chat. Nick in Little League, the best pitcher on the team was usually the best player as well. They could hit. When do pitchers lose their hitting ability? Well, I think what happens is to play at a really high level, you have to be obviously really good. And to be really good, it's hard to be really good at everything. When you're younger, it's just the best athlete. Usually, whoever's the best athlete you can put them in any position. But it becomes more specialized as you get older. And so hitters, like most hitters, let's say when you go to college, you go to a big-time college, you're going to have to decide, am I going to hit or am I going to pitch? And that's when you start. Obviously, once pitchers decide they want to pitch, then they start DHing for them. Then they lose their hitting ability. So, because in college, like I said, you have to spend a lot of time working on pitching. So you can't, it'd be hard. Now, there's some guys that can do both, but a lot of times they'll just DH for you because they can just they've got a whole roster and they can just pick the best hitter and say, okay, you're going to hit for the pitcher all the time. And that's what happens. Dave Sheldon, thanks so much for the super chat. You should set up in the hallway and Spider-Man. No video evidence needed, but if she comes on your next live and tells a story, I'll give you $200. Love your channel and keep the stories coming. When she comes back downstairs, I'll ask her if that's okay with her. I assume she's gonna say no, but thanks, Dave. I will ask her though. Are you going to Georgia soon? Yeah, we're going in July. Number 1 baseball movie, Major League One is my favorite. She Gone Nation thoughts. Is that I think She Gone is Jeff Fry, right? I remember Jeff Fry when I was a Red Sox fan growing up. I remember him playing. As far as his, I don't follow his social media stuff. People always tell me about his stuff because sometimes he'll like badmouth my videos and stuff. But a lot of people talk crap on. That's one thing. Someone asked earlier, what do I learn about YouTube? I learned that a lot of people talk crap, and I just don't pay attention to it. So for me personally, I've never been a fan of like trying to just put everybody down. So, or putting anybody down, I should say. My favorite player is Manny Ramirez. He's my favorite of all time. Any advice for me? I hear parents talking trash when I'm at bat, messes with my head. Go watch my video on how to calm your nerves on hitting. It's on our hitting playlist. And if you want my honest answer, I don't think parents at games know what they're talking about half the time anyway, so I wouldn't listen to them. In my honest opinion, like, what does it matter what a parent says about you? Who cares? I'd say when I played, especially when I was younger, if somebody said like, "Oh, you stink," like, you know, you get all that all the time, and my thought was always, "Oh, I stink. Okay, well, here, I'm gonna hit this ball 200 miles an hour off your face, and then we'll see who stinks." That's kind of my. I've told a lot of stories about my. Thanks, Charles. You know, here's a story. I like telling this story. Everything that ever happened to me in life, I always felt like sports were my way to like get back at everybody. So, you know, I remember I used to get picked on. Everyone got picked on as a kid, right? People are like, "Oh, you got picked on?" Like, everyone got picked on it by somebody. I used to have this comb over when I was young, like this big old comb over. And I remember getting off the school bus and kids were making fun of it. A couple kids, like 3, 4 kids, you know, they start ganging up on me, making fun of my haircut. And I remember I went home and I think I told my dad about it. Antonelli, yeah, they call me Matt Antonelli too. I think I told my dad about it. And I don't know if this is real or I dreamed this. I feel like my dad told me to just punch them in the face and that would make them stop. But anyways, so we used to play football. All these kids in my neighborhood would play football. And we played tackle football when I was younger. And when I got the ball, no one ever tackled me because I literally tried to throw my elbows into their face as hard as I could when they tried to tackle me, because that was getting back at them for making fun of my comb over. So that might sound sick, but that's the way I. Hey, Lara, would you get mad if I Spider-Man'd you? Someone wants to know. Huh? Dave said he'd give me $200 if you let me.
I'm good, but thanks.
She said I'm good, thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, settle on a playground. That's what I thought too. If you're struggling with fouling the ball back, then this is how I felt. I always knew something was wrong with my swing when I fouled the ball back. And I always, you know, people will always say, like, when someone fouls the ball back, people will always say, "Ooh, he's on it. He's on that pitcher right there. He just missed it." For me as a hitter, anytime I fouled the ball back, in my mind, I was like, I am so far off this ball right now. Because if I was actually on it, I would have smashed that thing. So fouling it back was never a good feeling for me. And I always knew that when I fouled back hittable pitches, I knew something was wrong with my path, with my swing. I was either a little bit long, a little bit outside it, around it, a little bit too much down. For me, I was never too much up in my swing. I was usually too much down. So it always comes back to path and like figuring out, you know, what adjustment I have to make to my swing and what adjustment I have to make to my body to correct my path and give me a better chance at making consistent contact. Dodgers struggling. Yeah, I saw that. You know, I think the Dodgers are super talented. I don't know exactly what's going on with them right now. I haven't been watching them, but I think baseball is a big time game of just kind of like ups and downs, and so I'm sure they'll bounce back. They've got a really good team. They got a lot of good players. Joseph NYY86, thank you so much for super chat. Did you see Joe Girardi get mad at the reporter during the post game interview today? I did not, actually. I was not home for a lot today. I'll have to look it up though. I like Joe Girardi. I'm a pitcher that wants to rate. Where should I go for private hitting practice offseason? I live 15 minutes away from the Sportsplex. That's a good question, Aiden. I mean, I can help you if you want to work with me. Rhett Burgess, thank you so much, Rhett, for the super chat. Threw 88 off the mound as a lefty because coach just wanted to see how hard I threw. I'm a redshirt freshman. How realistic is it to get to 92 to 94? Well, you're not too far away, so I would say that it's really realistic. Hell, I'm making a comeback. I'm gonna throw 92 to 94. People might think I'm crazy. I told my wife that. I was like, I'm gonna throw 90. She's like, you're old. You can't throw 90. I'm like, yeah, I am. Yeah, I can. I'm gonna throw 95. And we'll see what happens. Her thing always to me is, you're old. You're too old. Oh, you think you're young. You're too old. I feel great. Thoughts on Trevor Bauer? I haven't followed a lot of his social media stuff lately, but how's he doing? I feel like every time I see him, he's doing well, so. Thank you, Disc Golf. Yeah, I have fun with the Road to the Show videos. If anyone on here has not seen any of my Road to the Show videos, I suggest you go back and watch some of them. I mean, I find them funny, but then again, I'm doing them, so. Yeah, I work with softball players all the time. Joe Girardi made Matt a reporter. He never did that when he was the Yankees manager. Yeah, Xander Bogaerts is raking. You lost your breath getting hit in the chest, sliding into third. Do I slide different way into third? Lost your breath sliding in the third. Did you slide or did you like belly flop on the ground? Because that could be it. Uh, 1% on your phone. I'm getting low on my phone too, but I think I still have enough battery for a little bit longer. Should a skinny freshman put on some weight? Well, I think you always want to be working on your body and be strong, and short answer, yes. Any good tips on getting better in the off season? Well, I would evaluate, what you did well and what you didn't do well during the season, and then I would, attack that. So what you need to do in the off season might be different from what I need to do, or what this guy over here or that guy over there needs to do. So, not everyone needs the same things. So you gotta figure out. You gotta evaluate yourself, or have someone evaluate you and figure it out. Hey Matt, my high school ball club is absolutely terrible. Not physically, but mentally. No one on the team cares anymore, and it's super frustrating. How can I help my team get back in the race? That's a good question. And I don't know. I don't know the answer to this one. I've had some teams. High school's tough sometimes because you can only use the guys you got. It's like, if it's a business or like, because it's really about getting the right people. The phrase "getting the right people on the bus." And then you get them in the right seat. So like, sometimes people that don't care, it's hard to get them to care, and so you just got to get them out of there. But in high school, you can't really do that. You can't just kick, unless you're going to cut them before the season. So I don't know the right answer. I always think about trying to lead by example, and making sure that I'm working as hard as I can. It really is helpful when the best player is like that. I don't know where you are in your team if you're the best player, but. I only faced a knuckleball a couple times in my career. What was it like watching Trevor Hoffman pitch? Well, it was towards the end of his career, but still it was pretty cool watching him pitch. When did you hit your big growth spurt? I'm a 5'9" freshman. I've always been, I feel like I've been like my height, which is like almost 6'1" basically for a long time. I feel like I was pretty, yeah, I don't know what age, maybe 14 years old is when I got it to be about this height. Hey, Laura, I'll pick that up. You want to come and answer some questions for a minute?
No, but are you gonna be super early?
Yeah, I'm planning on being here for like 5, 6, 7 more hours.
Why would you do that now?
Can I dunk? I haven't tried to dunk. I used to be able to dunk. I haven't tried to dunk in a long time. I'm only gonna probably do this. Laura's trying to kick me out of here.
Well, you should have done it now.
Well, I've been doing it for 46 minutes and you just came down, so got a good 46 minutes done. Have you bet on baseball after you retired? I don't really bet on baseball at all. I bet on football. I like to bet on football, not on baseball. How did college give you a developmental advantage? Well, I think pro ball would have given me a developmental advantage as well. I don't know if it was. I don't think college developed me any more than pro ball did. You know, when you become a pro, you have a lot more time. Like in college, you have to go to school, you have to do homework, you have to go to study hall. So, you know, there's probably more time as a pro to work on your game. But I the one thing about I think college versus high school versus pro ball is that there's more structure. There's someone kind of holding your hand in college, where in pro ball a lot of it is like, you know, you either figure it out or you don't. But I think I would have enjoyed, again, I didn't do it, but I feel like I enjoyed college and going that route and then going pro ball more than if I had just gone right to pro ball. Disc golf. Thank you for super chat. Give us your best, Vin Scully. I don't know. Vin always said, what an embarrassing play by the Padres. That's all he ever said. So you want to give us a Vin Scully since you're giving me a weird face over there? Dynamite drop in. Khalil Green, he was a very talented player. Very good defender. Hey Laura, what's it like being married to a 1 home run MLB player? Well, better than being married, huh?
It's the greatest.
Oh, what an embarrassing answer. She said it's the greatest. Hey, Nick Curry, thank you so much for the super chat. There's no question there, though. I am not watching the NHL playoffs. No, I love hockey. I love playing hockey, but I don't watch hockey. It's the one major sport that I don't watch. I didn't even know it was the playoffs. I don't know what's going on with Lindor. I haven't watched enough Mets games, but I have seen his stats, and they're not good. My high school team is very good, and I'm nervous about trying out in the 8th grade. Any tips? Yeah, I wouldn't be nervous. There's my tip. Don't be nervous. Calix Crab, great guy. You know, people get all worked up like you're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing on how good the other players are and how good the team is and all this stuff. That's where players get in trouble. You should just focus on what you can do. So. That was actually a great tip. Laura's making fun of me like that's not a good tip. That is a good tip.
I said it was a good tip.
Because this is what happens at tryouts. I see this happen a lot. I see a lot of players that in practice and stuff, they look good. And then they go to tryouts, they look terrible. And you can tell that they're nervous and they're thinking about everything but what they should be doing. You know, they're thinking about like, oh, what's coach thinking about me? Oh, what's this guy thinking about me? Oh boy, I have to do this or I'm not going to make the team. And it's whatever the drill is, you just focus on the drill. If they hit you a ground ball, and your job is to field it and throw it to first, then that's all you focus on. You see the ball, you field it, you throw it to first. And you try not to worry about like who's watching and what they think or any of that. Let's have a segment, Laura. Why don't you come over here and I'll read you the questions. And oh, she's cleaning. Yep, Flyer fan, we're staying on here all night tonight. 24-hour live stream. Most well-known player I've ever played with. I mean, I've technically played with a lot of players. When I was with the Padres, I mean, I played with Adrian Gonzalez, Trevor Hoffman, Greg Maddux. I've been playing with guys. The Orioles. I played with Matt Wieters and Adam Jones and Nick Markakis and J.J. Hardy and there's a lot more guys, obviously. And the Nationals, I played with Bryce Harper for a little bit. I played with Pudge Rodriguez for a little bit at the end of his career. Even if you look at the Indians, Jody Garrett, played with Jody Garrett. If you look at the Indians, actually, my team in the minors and then in spring training, I mean, I was telling Laura that she doesn't know who any of these guys are, but our infield, when I was in spring training with the Indians, it was like we had Gio Urshela, we had Jose Ramirez, we had Francisco Lindor, we had who else do we have? A lot of good players. Ever think about moving into coaching higher level baseball? Yeah, I've thought about it a lot. I've done some interviews and had some job offers and just haven't taken any yet. Do I like crypto? Well, I own a decent amount of Bitcoin. I've owned Bitcoin for probably like three years, maybe more. And I own some Ethereum too. I bought Ethereum. Oh my God, they just collided. I bought Ethereum probably more than a year ago. 2 years ago, maybe. Jason Jepson, thanks so much for the super chat. I play on my Christian high school baseball team, but everyone believes in Satan. Should I be nervous? I would be nervous, yes, Jason. I think Bond should be a Hall of Famer, yeah.
You're just as bad as Maddie.
Oh, sorry. Tips for overstriding. I think striding is, I had an issue with striding in, and what I did was I just put a piece of tape down. I just practiced my stride over and over and over and over and over again until I got it to where I wanted to get it. So I think when it comes to striding stuff, you can just practice that endlessly until that's all you know how to stride. Opinion on boxing. I used to be a big boxing fan. I don't know why, I was watching HBO earlier today and last night. Freddie Roach documentary, I think it was. I don't know why I was watching that, but my welcome to the show moment. I don't know if I really had one. Probably when Vin Scully said it was an embarrassing play that I made. Or when I threw the ball over the catcher's head on a cut home. If you want to see it, just type in Man Antonelli horrible throw on YouTube. It should come up. What age should a ball player start focusing only on baseball and not on other sports? I did so in college. It just depends. Like, if all you want to play is baseball and you get, oh, that looked like it hurt. Yeah, this is a very individual, case by case basis, I guess. So, Katie Parker. Everyone's talking about Katie Parker. I have not seen a single Katie Parker message. Yeah, I don't see any. Why is it? Why can everyone else see it and I can't see any of it? I don't see any Katie Parker messages. So yeah, like let's say you want to play college baseball and you're a junior and there's a huge area of weakness for you. Like you're not going to be able to play and you need to really improve quickly and you got to put on 30 pounds. Wow, you look like you got in a boxing match. Like at that point, you say, hey, I'm going to just focus on baseball this year and try to get as good as I can get. Yeah, and if someone did that, I'd be like, that's fine. But I see some kids at like 11 and 12 years old that are like, oh, I have to quit all these other sports because I got to concentrate on baseball. Like, if that's all you like is baseball and you want to do that, fine. But some kids are like, well, no, I want to play other sports, but I have to concentrate on baseball. No, you don't. You're 12. Did I ever play with Matt Antonelli? No, I've never heard of him. You're a freshman. You got team captain as a freshman? Wow, I've never heard of that before. Well, let's go. You said you have good leadership ability. Come on. Robert L. Thank you for the super chat, Robert. Hey, buddy, my 13-year-old is 6'2". That's a large, and 255. That's a large 13-year-old. He has exit video of 91 and had a streak of 50 straight balls of 85 or better. How often have you seen this? Well, I'm going to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen a 13-year-old that's 6'2", 255. So I've never seen that before. Again, I know nothing about your son, so I would just make sure that he keeps working on his game. And clearly, he has the physical advantage right now. He's probably double the size of everybody that he's playing against. He might be triple the size of some of the guys. So, this is not your son, but I have seen a lot, like young kids that are really big, that mature physically more than other kids or faster, have a ton of success, and then they can get away with things because they're so much more physically gifted, but then the other kids catch up eventually. So hopefully he just keeps working hard. My favorite current player? I don't know. I don't really have anyone that I like a lot of guys. So, I like Juan Soto, I like Acuna, I like Mookie Betts, I like Trout, I like Tatis, I like tons of guys. What's Laura's favorite mixed drink? What did she, Yachty, see ya. What did she have last night? A French martini? French martini is probably her favorite mixed drink. Matt, Brady. Tom Brady? Thanks so much for the super chat. Matt, you should for sure coach the highest level of baseball, Edward Little League High School in Auburn, Maine. Oh, very cool. I don't know. Maybe one day I will. But right now I like where I'm coaching. I've talked about this before. Sometimes people think like, everybody wants to coach at a higher level, the highest level possible. It's not completely true. I got an offer my very first year out of pro ball to manage in minor league baseball, and I turned it down. I've had a lot more offers since then, and I've turned them all down. Some have made me think about it pretty hard. Some have not, but so we'll see what happens down the road. Most disappointing MLB player this year? I don't know who's the most disappointing. I thought Lindor was going to have... what Lindor's doing right now is surprising, so... What was my diet like trying to get... Oh, my God. All right, let's go. Bunch of idiots in here. Like, stop being idiots. How tall am I? I'm about I think my exact size is 6 feet and 3/4 inches, so about 6'1". Thank you for the super chat. Titans fan? That's all right. I like Derrick Henry too. Guy's a beast. And Mike Vrabel. Love Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel. Patriots play the Titans this year, late in the season, I believe. Be a good game. It's amazing. No matter how much I hide these people, they just keep coming. Disc golf. Thanks so much for super chat. Hey Matt, my son is 11 and being looked at by the Professional Korean Baseball League. Your thoughts on it? If I should let him play overseas so young? How is that even possible? I don't even know how that's possible. So I don't even know what advice I would give you because he's 11. I coach 11-year-olds, and I don't know, like some of them, I'm just trying to help them tie their shoes and stuff. So I feel like we have the same person in this chat that's using like 57 different. They are. This one person is using like 57 different. What's it called? Channels or something. I've literally every 10 seconds I have to put them in. I have to block their account. Yeah, accounts. That's what I'm looking for. Accounts. The same person has like 57,000 accounts. Adam Eaton? I know who Adam Eaton is, yeah. Am I going to coach at St. John's Prep this year? So this has been kind of a crazy year. There's a lot of rules involved with how many coaches and all this stuff. So I'm sure I will at some point. Has anyone from our program made the minors? Is that what that said? We have 2 guys in the minors right now, but we'll have more guys drafted this year. We have a pitcher that could potentially be drafted really high this year in the draft. So, do players who were once on a team but have been traded or released and are on another team give scouting reports to their current team? Do they tell tendencies the organization pitchers hitters have? I wouldn't think so. To be honest, I don't know if there's anything a player could tell a team that they don't have way more info just on their own. You know, like the analytical departments and stuff that teams have now and the data they have is outrageous. So, you know, like let's say Manny Machado gets traded to the Dodgers. Okay, this isn't gonna happen, but let's say he gets traded to the Dodgers. Him going over to the Dodgers and being like, all right, guys, like, you know, like Tommy Pham, you know, he doesn't like the ball inside. He likes it outside or whatever. The Dodgers already have every bit of information they need to know on a guy, so. Did I miss a super chat? Why do I feel like I missed a super chat? Nope, I didn't. I got them all. Will Mets forget the Lindor contract? Well, I mean, I've got to think he's got to bounce back eventually, so. Lucas, watch my video on how to calm your nerves at the plate. I just did it. It's in our hitting playlist. Did it like last week. Luzardo got injured by playing video games, huh? I mean, that's not good. I wonder how the hell you do that. But Word Deuce, thanks for the super chat. There's no question there, but I do appreciate the super chat. Programs in Germany, they're actually, what was it called? I actually do know of a program in Germany, but now I can't remember the name of it. So I'm sorry. If I remember it, I'll throw it in here, but I'm probably not going to pop my head. Disc golf, thank you again, Matt. The KBO needs an answer by tonight. Should I send him to play in the KBO? Yep, send him to play in the KBO right now. 11 years old, send him over there. Go for it. Let's teach him how to tie his shoes and send him. If that's the case, I'm actually going to make a call tonight. I'm going to see if I can get my 6-year-old over there too. They can be teammates. Hot dog bread. Thank you for the super chat. Love the live stream. Thank you. You should do this more often. I do it every Sunday night usually. Last Sunday night I actually was in a championship game with our 11, so I didn't do it. But usually it's every Sunday night. Thoughts on Albert Pujols going to the Dodgers? I can't spell his last name. Yeah, so obviously, you know, one of the greatest hitters of all time, pretty much. And really struggling this year. He's old. I mean, Simmons is old. That's from Liar Liar, if you've never seen it. So I don't know how much he's going to help out, but I guess we'll see. RC from the NYC. What's up, Matt? Hey, Laura. What's up, chat? Do you think the league is leaning towards a permanent universal DH? Yeah, I do think they are, and I think eventually we will get there. And we've got somebody back here. He's back with his other account, so I got to block another account. You know, it's pretty annoying having to block your account every 10 seconds. Well, I was ignoring them, but when it happens 50 times, then I got to tell them that they're being idiots. Rookie of the Year, or Little Big League, both good. Oh, man. Jake, thank you for the super chat. There's no question there, but thank you for the super chat. I don't know. I like Little Big League a ton, but Rookie of the Year was good too. I'll go Little Big League. Have you ever been embarrassed by being terribly fooled for a game-losing strikeout? No, actually, I don't think I ever have. Thank you, Word Dudes, for your super chat. One thing I did do, or I didn't do a lot in my career, is strike out. That was one of my, some people say my only skill. Some people say that I wasn't good at it either, but I didn't strike out a lot, so I usually put the bat on the ball. So no, I don't really remember any like horrible strikeouts in the game. Thank you for the super chat, though. Sandlot is overrated, Chris. Oh, man, Sandlot's a great movie. Fastball velo to get drafted out of high school? It depends if you're righty or lefty, I guess, but... it depends on so much stuff, but I don't know. 92, 93 or above. So I like fishing, I just never go fishing. Jake, thank you for the super chat. Did you see the video where Giles bombed the interview naked with Maddox, Glavin, and Smoltz? I don't think I have. Was that Brian Giles? Well, I play with Brian Giles, and if there's one thing I do know about Brian Giles is it's that he likes to be naked. He's always naked. What to do if you feel passive at the plate? You got to anticipate your pitch. You got to know what pitch you're looking for. You got to anticipate it. You got to like literally visualize yourself getting it. And that'll put you kind of in what we call a yes, yes, no approach or mindset. So you're going to be thinking swing. Lucas Gomez, he's naked in the clubhouse? Oh, yeah. Should I play travel ball in the fall of my freshman year of high school after my summer ball team is over? Totally up to you. It depends on how much you played, how much you threw, how you feel, you know, so many things I mean, I played fall ball, but I also played football at the same time, so. Your grandpa played for the Durham Bulls. Cool, I played against the Durham Bulls. Can you play pro ball? I don't know where that question went, I lost it. I think it said, can you play pro ball without playing high school ball? Is that what it said? I mean, it's probably going to be tough if you haven't played baseball through high school. But technically, you don't have to play high school. I mean, you can just go to a tryout and make a team. It's going to be really, really difficult, considering like every college kid is trying to play pro ball and every independent ball kid's trying to get picked up by an affiliated team. So, do D1 coaches go to fall ball games? Yeah, some do, but they also have fall ball going on, so they can't like travel all over the place. But if it's local, they can. Brady, thank you again for Super Chat. What do you think about a screwball? I know it's not great on, but a nasty pitch. Yeah, so screwball, like I don't think a lot of players would classify. I don't think the screwball really exists anymore. I don't even know how you would consider throw. I don't even know how you throw a screwball. But I feel like a changeup with a lot of guys kind of will act a little bit like a screwball. I don't know again if you classify that as a true screwball or not, but. Yeah, so weight things. Someone just asked about Bartolo Colon. Depends on the player. Like every year, I got weighed in. They took my body fat. They take all that stuff. So, you know, if you're out of shape, someone's probably gonna say something to you. Now, if you're a great player and if you're Bartolo Colon and you've pitched for 1,000 years, like. They might just say, hey, Bartolo, do whatever the hell you want. You've been good for a long time. But if you're not Bartolo Colon, they're probably going to say something to you. And I don't know, maybe they do say to Bartolo, hey, like, you know, let's try to stay under this certain weight. Matthew R., thank you for the super chat. Would you consider a hot dog a sandwich? I personally would not call a hot dog a sandwich, no. I'd call it a hot dog. Joseph, NYY86, thank you for the super chat. Should the pitcher's mound be moved back 1 to 2 feet? Well, I know that the batting average right now, what's the batting average in the big league now? Like 234 or something, which would be like the lowest of all time. I think I saw that somewhere. So, you know, I don't know. I think that pitching is getting better and better and better and better. And the pitcher is always in control. 234, I got that right. The pitcher is always in control, right? Like they have the ball. And so one of the reasons hitting is so hard is because it's a reactionary thing. You have to react off the pitcher. And with pitchers throwing harder and harder and harder and harder with better off speed stuff, like it's getting really hard on hitters. So I don't know what the adjustment's going to be like. What happens one day when every pitcher's throwing 105 miles an hour? Like it's going to be even harder to hit. So do they move the mound back eventually? I think they could. I know they're experimenting with it. I like country music, yeah. What spikes are the most comfortable? I think it depends on your foot. Yeah, I wore Hirachis, and I love them. I thought they were super comfortable. Hey, what happened to the game? Is the game over? All of a sudden, I just realized my YouTube TV shut off. Should you play a high school summer ball if you want to play college ball? You don't have to. I think of summer ball as a way to like continue to develop and improve, a way to play in front of coaches, yes, but you can play in front of coaches. You know, you can go to college camps, you can go to showcases. So that's not the only way to do it, but the way I think of like Antonelli baseball with summer ball is like, I don't think of it as just an exposure thing. I think of it as a developmental thing. because we're practicing throughout the winter, throughout the summer. I think about it as a developmental thing as far as playing in games and getting good coaching. I do think about it as an exposure thing, because we are trying to do that. I think of it um, as having someone that can help you with the recruiting process, explain the recruiting process, someone that can talk to college coaches on your behalf. So I think it's like a lot of things. So, if you're getting all that, then yeah, I think it is worth it. I wouldn't have Antonelli baseball if I didn't think it was worth it. What is going on here with this game? Here we go. We're back with the game. Chris Burke. I played with Chris Burke. Yeah, Paul Pierce, the truth. Um, Jib. Never played travel ball, batted 450 in high school with no home runs, which it's tough to know what that means. Just because high school ball is the competition level plays a huge role in that. 75-mile-an-hour arm in the outfield, 7/160. What am I trying to do? So I can't tell you just by looking at those numbers. I mean, it looks like you're just an okay runner and an okay thrower, and 450 with no home runs. Again, I don't. It could mean nothing. It could mean a lot. I'd have to see it. Really, I'd have to see it play. Oh, that was an awkward slide. The Cat 7? Depends. I mean, I have players that love it. I have players that don't. So it's really whatever. It's if you like it, if it feels comfortable with it for you. Why do MLB teams change their minor league affiliates? I don't know. I don't know why they have that, but I know they do. I'm not sure the reason for it. Thanks, Wesley. Do I have a brawl story? I have lots of brawl stories. I think I have a couple of videos on fights. Do I think Urban Meyer's legacy could be tarnished if he fails in Jacksonville? No, I don't think so. I think he's been amazing as a college coach and building programs and turning programs around. And so even if he goes to Jacksonville and doesn't do well, I don't think that hurts his legacy. I love Urban Meyer personally. I've watched every Urban Meyer video that you can watch, and I think he is very knowledgeable when it comes to like creating a culture in a program. I've learned a lot from just listening to him. He is one person I would like to sit down with and talk to. I almost reached out to him when he was kind of not coaching and not doing anything, and he's got a house in Florida, and we go to Florida every year. I was gonna reach out to him and see if I could talk with him or go to dinner with him or something. Then COVID happened and all hell broke loose. So the MLB will not allow their players to use BP cords now. Hey, Tony Gwynn Jr. Played with him. What made me start my channel? I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know what made me start my channel. I read a book called Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk, and he talked about starting a YouTube channel, and I did. Jared Kelenic, he's a really good player. Wade LeBlanc's the greatest player of all time, yep. Yeah, I've heard Urban Meyer say a lot that he doesn't take jobs unless he thinks he can win. I know in college, he always took spots where he thought he could win. And I mean, now the NFL is different. Obviously, he hasn't done that yet. But I think he took Jacksonville for a very specific reason because he thinks he can win. Clearly, he had the number one pick. Now he's got a quarterback in place that could be that some people consider like a generational talent. So, You got forearms like Popeye. Well, what I have is actually my forearms aren't that big. I have very veiny. I have a lot of veins in my, um, like my veins are very noticeable. So yeah, Bowling Green, Utah. I mean, every program he stepped into. Now, I don't want to say every program he stepped into, but he stepped into them for specific reasons. I've heard him say multiple times, "I don't take jobs. I don't think if I don't think I can win, I don't take a job." Should the steroid era guys be in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, I think here's the thing. I think that here's Trevor Hoffman, 2007. This was right. This is the year before. I thought I was getting called up on this team, and I didn't. I got called up the next year. If I play second base, what college is rise to me play short in high school? Well, I think that a lot of times colleges recruit shortstops because usually the shortstop is going to be the best defender in the infield. If you're playing second base in high school, what does that mean? Does he have an arm issue? Does he have a quickness issue? Does he have just an overall defensive issue, footwork or whatever? So that's not always the case, but is 165 at 5'10" shortstop too heavy? I mean, I played shortstop in pro ball at 6'1", 215, so I don't think 165 is too heavy for shortstop. Now, I was a big shortstop when I played that in pro ball, but I was never technically a shortstop. I was a second baseman, third baseman who they played at shortstop sometimes. Is velo or curveball more important? Well, they usually go hand in hand. Like if you throw hard, you're going to throw a harder breaking ball, probably a little bit sharper. It's going to be tough to hit. All right, my battery's getting low, guys, and girls. I got about 1 more minute, and then my phone's about to die, so I'm going to have to jump out of here. Why didn't I pursue pitching? I just thought I could make it as a position player. But we're going to see how hard I throw here in a couple of days. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch, when we get off of here, just go watch my last video I threw up, or a few days ago. It says, could I throw 90 miles an hour? And I'm going to give it a shot and see. And hell, if I could throw 90 miles an hour, then I might just have to throw 95 miles an hour. What do I think of Little League Baseball versus travel baseball? I don't like to group all those things in. And Aaron Judge 44, thank you for super chat. You played for the Yankees. I did, but I played in AAA. Never got called up. I don't like to say Little League or travel ball or whatever, because there's a lot of like really crappy travel ball teams. There's a lot of really good travel ball teams. There's a lot of really crappy Little League teams. I'm sure there's some good Little League teams. So it's not just like Little League or travel ball. It's, what's your competition? What are your coaches like? I think bottom line, you want to play with and against the best players that you can play. That's key. Where you get that done at what league, I don't know. It depends where you're from and all that stuff. So play with the best players you can and against the best players you can. And if you can get some really good coaching while doing that, then that's obviously a bonus. And that's what you want to play. So for me, it was travel ball. Like, people say to me, like, should we play for Antonelli Baseball or for our Little League team? Like, I'm very confident. And this is, I'm not like trying to brag or anything. I'm just like, I feel like if you play for me, then I feel like you're getting really, really good coaching. If you can get better than that at Little League or wherever else, go for it. But, people ask me all the time, should we play for you or should we play a little, whatever? Like, yeah, I think you should play for us. Double A in 2007, I hit 294. Thank you. I was there. I'm just kidding. I actually hit 294, but I hit like, go back to my stats. I think I hit under 200 the last month. So I was hitting like 350 most of the time with double A, and then I forgot how to hit the last month of the year. So I was actually really disappointed with that 294. Even though that might sound good, should have been much higher. I'm sticking with Bitcoin, personally. I recorded a Road to the Show this morning that will be going live either tomorrow or the day after. All right, everybody. So looks like everyone's starting to head out. Lara wants to watch some TV, so I'm going to give her the TV room here. We're almost done with our basement. So once we do that, I'll be downstairs. We'll have 2 TVs. Anyways, if you guys go over real quick to that video I talked about, could I throw 90 miles an hour, and just put something in the comment section like, I don't know, something to give me some motivation to throw not only 90, but 95. That's what we're going for, 95 miles an hour. Do I like fishing? I've answered that a few times, but yeah, I like fishing. I just don't do it a lot. All right, everyone. We're going to throw tomorrow night. I'm going to test out my velo, see how hard I throw, and I'll make the video in a few days. And then we're getting to work. I'm throwing 90 miles an hour, no doubt about it, okay? Some people are like, no chance, Matt, you're old. I'm throwing 90. I don't care. I'll do whatever I have to do to throw 90. Hopefully I don't throw tomorrow and it's 72, then we're in trouble. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night. I'm going to go tell Lara she can watch TV.